Hello and welcome back. My name is Kira and this is episode 19 of our Let's Play Sunless Skies. So last episode we stumbled into Albion. Probably wasn't the most brilliant idea I've ever had, and then we were looking around the entire freaking map that we had access to so far. And we only found this one little spot of Wheat and Vinegar Lumber Company. Only God knows what that is. We're going to have a look. So, the head office of a lumber concern that imports bronze wood from the rich. Sure, let's go and have a look. What? The Wheat and Vinegar Lumber Company operates primarily in the Reach, mining bronze wood and transporting it back to London for construction, furniture, and locomotive plating. Its loading platform is frequented by brawny, wind-bitten men, lugging slabs of bronze wood onto the warehouse. We are not welcome here, ladies and gentlemen, and the bazaar has nothing in terms of supplies. We are totally going to burn and crash here. God damn it. All I want is some supplies. Isn't there like a head office somewhere? Can I go over here? Do you reckon there's something here? I don't know. Bat, find me something. Oh God. Ooh, there's something up here. Alright, fine. We are going to starve to death. Like, we're okay on fuel, but we're running out of supplies, and I just keep sending up my bat, who so far hasn't found jack shit, except for this one question mark, and we're going to starve to death. Like, we are literally going to starve to death. We have 2 supplies left. This is going to be tough. Oh, great, great. That's what you find me, bat. Not a port. Just some scavenging materials, which gives me hull. Hull. I hate you, you stupid bat. Next time I find a stupid menagerie guy, we're swapping you out for something nicer. So I may be feeling a tad bit stressed because we need to find a port, or we're going to die. And look, this captain hasn't had a whole lot invested into it, but his name's fucking Zeus. Or her name's Zeus. I haven't decided on the gender, or if there needs to be a gender for this particular captain. It's Captain Zeus, that's all that matters. But Captain Zeus does sound like he's going to be... It should be a he and very promiscuous, but that's just because, you know, Zeus and his thousands of children issues. And considering that I first read about Zeus and all of the Greek mythologies when I was a child, and considering the fact that some of those stories involved Zeus fooling women and... technically raping them, it may not have been the most appropriate material as a child. You know what, if I ever become a parent, and it seems very unlikely that I would, but if I do ever become a parent, they probably will not be reading about Zeus at their young age. Or really much about the Greek mythologies unless they're super watered down cartoony ones? Maybe? Wow, the whole thing of trying to educate a child is gonna be difficult. Apologies to any parents out there, like, dude, you've got your hands full. Especially with, like, video games and stuff, and media and internet, oh god. Parental lock thingy majiggies gotta be important. I mean, my parents probably had no idea how to deal with that shit, because, damn, I'm not gonna say the rest of that sentence, because it's going to be very, very bad. But anyway, I am just literally floating out into space at this point. I have no idea where I'm going. I'm just going to be heading off in one direction in vain hopes that I'll be able to come across a port of some description and we are not all going to die. Whilst I ramble randomly, because that's what I do. I've had a very, very exhausting day yesterday. I went and saw a family friend who came over from Italy, so it was kind of like I had to make the drive. So we made like a 2-hour drive to get down to the country sort of area to go and see them, because that's where their brother is, and which is lovely. We had lunch, it was fantastic. I was in so much pain, I was popping painkillers. And then I managed to get home. I slept the entire way in the front of the car with the seat leaned all the way back. And then I came home and then I slept for another, I think it was, I think I slept for about 15, 16 hours now. So I'm feeling like really, I kind of feel like I've overslept a bit. But at the same time, I'm feeling a little bit hyperactive because I did just drink like a massive amount of coffee to try to wake up. So hence the rambling. You have a very, very hyperactive Kira on your hands. Congratulations, and I am so sorry. Um, but I do want to get some Sunless Skies done because I really, really want to know what's going to happen in Albion. Um, before I go off and play some Anthem. Because I do want to play some Anthem. I've got it. I've played a bit of it, and so far I'm not super in love with it. Like it hasn't been. It's not like Odyssey. I would say like Odyssey was immediately attention grabbing. Um, but I think that's mostly to do with the fact that with Anthem I still feel a bit lost, and I'm not really used to shooters. So I'm trying to get used to it a bit, and I'm playing with a friend. But we'll see how that goes. And the same thing goes for Apex Legends, though I've been playing a lot of that. Both of these games probably won't make it onto the channel as like a game thing, like videos, because I'm not really quite sure if it's something that I really want to look at narratively, etc. Because Apex Legends don't have a narrative, but it's good to kind of like jump into every now and then, especially when I'm feeling a little bit stressed, pissed off, and I need a distraction. It's a great distraction. It's really, really hard to think about things or, panic about things when you're too busy looting. Oh, there's something. Is this something? Please tell me it's something. No, it's another saying sort of thing. Mother freaking hell. Oh my god, we're down to one supply. Oh dear lord. There has got to be a port. I hear noises. What I'm worried about, um, oh no, we're down to one supply. Wait, is this the place we can dock? Copper bottom kitchen. Oh, it's another factory. Oh, do any of these places have a docking point? Oh no, no, no! You have little food left. Now soon hunger will begin to bite. Great. Wait, is this somewhere I can dock? It is! It is! It is! Oh my god! We found the dock! We found the dock! We found the dock! We found the dock! And we're not gonna starve to death. We found the port. We found the port. Oh, thank god. Nope, don't smash. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are not going to die. And I don't have to stress. The officials... Hang on. Screw everything else. Is there a shop? Why do you not have supplies? Why? Oh my god, why do you not have supplies? Why are you doing this to me? Okay, the officials of Brabazon never bothered to formally name this waypoint. Captains dock here to pick up goods or deliver workers. It's not a place to linger because of proximity to the accelerants of the time of the work world. Okay, let's, I guess, speak to them. Brabazon work world, the first work world to be established in Albion. Working here, debtors can escape prison. They remain till their debts are repaid as a ticket away has been funded. The primary industry is that of hours processing, which is a side effect of accelerating time on the workworld's surface. The dock is between Brabazon Workworld and Little Nice, where more privileged overseers reside. The dock is, for captain's sake, nearer Little Nice than Workworld. Unexpected aging would deter even the greediest captain from arriving. Okay. Right. How about we go have a look at Little Niece? Well, Little Niece have different shops? No. Thick double doors separate between from Little Niece. Little Nice, maybe? I won't say Nice. But anyway, the fresh air of the pretty village is in sharp contrast near the dock. Little Nice is entirely charming. It is populated with carefully unique houses painted in curated array of colors. Overseers in striped braces tend to topiary and maintain paintwork. Behind the water features bustling cherubs is a cottage with an out-of-place little tower. It's the home of the governor of Brevazon. Converse with the governor, I guess. Oh, we've given him gossip, but we got him some tea. I don't want tea, I want supplies. Can I eat the tea? Is the tea edible? I don't think so. The governor stands by the window. He looks past the tasteless fountain to where the overseer is sweeping up leaves. This man here came here with his parents and worked his way up. Paid off their debts entirely. In a few months he should be able to afford to leave. I've arranged for him to visit Lustrum as soon as he can afford the fare. Okay, lovely. We'll line on a bench, losing our terror. The grass is immaculately cut, the hedges are trimmed, stars burn silver above, but it's hard to ignore the thunder of the hour loom, spinning their knot of hurried time over the work world below. Okay, I've relaxed here. I can do it in another game in 15 minutes. Let's write a port report. Don't know what that's going to do. The overseers here have worked hard to ensure Little Niece remains perfect, from the freshly painted fence curlicues to the newly mown grass of the lawn. It's hard to get a sense of what's going on in Brabazon from your current curated surroundings. The overseers themselves are no use. They must have been briefed. Each gives you clearly sanitized information. You only have to speak to 4 before you hear a repetition. You'll have to go down to World itself to learn anything true about Brabazon. What? I can't get a report. Oh, that's a bit rubbish. Alright, well, let's go to the bit between. Join a tour of Brabazon Work World. Okay. I've lost one savage secret. That's alright, I've got 2. The overseers listen intently to what you have to say. Useful, I think. We shall see what can be done with it. She directs you to a group by the tour leader, who shepherds you all into a side room. The tour leader hands out thick cloaks to keep off the smut. The group covers itself. The hood lends one woman, with her hair coiled up high on her head, an awkward shape and an unexpected height. Satisfied, the tour leader begins a briefing. Receive a carriage clock. As you know, time in the work world moves more velocitously than it does outside. In order to exempt you from the effects, we've had the loom spin a fold of external hours to cover the tour. Please carry these carriage clocks that will show you how much time your protection will last for. Please don't astray. He pauses for emphasis. It's crucial you stay with the tour. If your time runs out, every minute it takes time for us to realize could be hours for you. There are a flutter of anxious whispers. Once it has subsided, the group is led onto the work world. Alright, let's have a look. Your group is accompanied by 2 overseers. The overseer bringing up the rear is a woman in her early 30s. She checks the carriage clock compulsively. Admire the rugs. Our first stop on the tour is the Brabazon Rug Weaving Workshop. The overseer beams and gestures for you to enter a building larger than any other on the street. An attractive young woman leaps to greet you. This workshop was built thanks to the generosity of Lady Please admire our beautiful handicrafted rugs and weavings. Exported for sale in London, workers here gain skills that can support them for the rest of their days. The group of workers nod and smile at you. One stands to better display their work, another thanks you for their visit. The youth is large to see you out. Perhaps they'll see you elsewhere in Albion. Admire the rug? Ooh, that's mean. They're cheap within the means of all but the poorest families. I don't really like rugs, which is why I have nothing but tiles in my house, but... No, Lacey. We'll smile at the workers. A simple act of human warmth. They smile back, and their smiles are stiff and rehearsed as a line the youth delivered. The tour moves on. We have plenty of time. Visit the glassworkers. Alright, what do you want to do then? Mummy's trying to play a game. You climb up here, and then you go for me. Why? No, don't give me that. Anyway, arguing with my cat is fruitless, so I'll move on. The building you enter is heated by vast furnaces and ovens. Workers are blowing molten glass. The smoke prevents much of the sun's heat from reaching Brabazon. Without factories such as this, Brabazon would freeze. The workers keep the factories alive and the factories keep the work world, and it becomes a pleasant place to live. Here, work enriches life. Several of the group coo in admiration. One man boasts about his Brabazon glass collection. A young lady in gaudy finery turns to you. My parents paid for the main furnace to ensure that the poor would never go without. What did you fund? No, nothing. You're a locomotive captain, traversing the wilderness, defeating horrors, delivering goods, but perhaps one day you'll engage in charitable endeavors. The young lady blushes. So dangerous, so romantic. That sounds much more fun. Is it difficult? Perhaps my parents will buy me a locomotive. Oh, God. Hope not. She seems bored for much of the rest of the tour. It seems that the thrill of your profession outweigh the charm of the inherited virtue. Great. We've got to gossip. Lovely. Let's peer through the windows of our refineries. The refinery is clamoring, roaring space of long benches, sweating workers, and lolling smoke. The overseer explains. The geodes containing the hours are cracked open, and the fibrous strands of salt-like time are separated with small chisels and saws. Men and women to their former work, children to the latter. What? There's child... Of course there's child labor. It's Victorian England. There was child labor. Duh. The filaments are then passed through the series of furnaces to remove impurities, which are in turn brushed away in an indigo slush. The slush is raked to ensure not even a stray minute is lost. Once every second and minute of the hour are extracted, they are seasoned, taken from a very high temperature to a very low one and back. After this, the tangled clumps, the color of sky just before dawn or after dusk, are carded and wound onto a spool of long filaments. The overseer raps sharply at the window. As the nearby workers look out, smile, and wave. I am so curious about that. I do want to stay after the tour moves on, but then I don't know what's going to happen if I... Well, no risk, no reward, huh? Let's linger and watch, shall we? Seconds after your group has moved on, the workers in the middle of the front row leap from her seat. She pulls on the striped blazer that had been hidden on her lap and dashes from the room. She is replaced by another, grey and exhausted. No one looks up. Oh, that's so sad. Leaving the refinery behind, you turn through the streets towards the ceaseless ring of hammers. A short walk, then you enter a dusty yard. You have looped back to a yard near bit between. The second overseer is already there. Men and women, hard with muscle, bright with sweat, are breaking rocks with sledgehammers. They wear vests and breeches with cloth masks to keep out the worst of the dust. We equip our workers with safety gear, just in case. The prolonged exertion in this air might provide unpleasant. As you can see, the regular exercise ensures that they're strong and healthy. Many leave Brabazon with athletic inclinations and pursue fitness as a profession. A stout gentleman with monocle sidles up to you. This whole place is just marvelous, eh? Kept busy while paying off debts, given new skills and education. Simply marvelous. We are trying to win the favor of the Londonites, so we're gonna have to agree. I'm sorry. Normally, I would go for the equivocate. I think, because there's always two sides of the story, and it would depend even if you were the person as a worker, like whether you would want to be in the situation. I mean, some of them are apparently prisoners, and if they're actually prisoners that committed crimes, and you know, paying off their debt to society by working and then gaining skills to go out into the world, etc., would be fantastic. That's good. But if they're just they're not criminals and they're stuck in this sort of slavery sort of situation, they're not so good. But anyway, we're going to go with agree at this point. He nods vigorously, his chin bouncing. You could do more, though, don't you think? Perhaps a library. A theatre would be too lush. Of course it would be, hon. All right, let's complete the tour. Come on, the overseer is gesturing you angry. We can't waste another moment. We have to leave, now. It's important we return in plenty of time, so I'm afraid we'll have to end the tour here. The lead overseer circles the group, shepherding the huddle through the doors back to bit between the tour's end. The second overseer takes head count, a poor one, for she double counts twice before giving up. Nevertheless, she signals her partner to go ahead. Hope you appreciated our little tour, and we shall pass our thanks on to the workers of Brabazon. Perhaps when they've paid off their debts, we will see them again. The overseer shakes their hands in most prominent donors. Of course, this entire endeavour is thanks to your generosity, he murmurs to them, whilst the group preens he collects the carriage clocks. The carriage clock is silent. Oh, hang on. Okay. The overseer who takes your spent clock draws you aside. You're a skyfarer, aren't you? We need someone, without official connection to the governor, to help us with a delicate matter. Sure, why not? Everyone and their dog needs our help. There are unsavory individuals on Brabazon work world. They inveigle the others to do their work so they might have time to plot. They're fomenting unrest. He shakes his head. It won't do. It just makes the other workers unhappy. Next time, see if you can sneak away from the tour. I hear the leader is looking for outside assistance. He winces. For once, time is on their side. They have so long to plan relative to us. If you hear anything, pass it to me. I'll be around here. Sure. Why not? You have a barrel of unseasoned hours. Thank you. I'm so glad you understand. I'll be putting a case to the governor. I'll make sure you're paid for the information that helps us quell unrest. You'll need these. Come back to me if you hear anything. I'll be around. Well, let's go back on a tour, shall we? I'm not going to read it again because we've done a bit of it. We run this tour at Casti now, says the overseer who collects contribution. Alright. Receive a carriage clock. We've done all this bit, so admire the rogues. And then smile at the workers. So we're going to, same thing. Sneak away from the group is what we're going to do. The guide is focused on moving the tour along. No one notices you slipping down an alleyway. Alright, let's quickly do a port report because we can use that. Oh shoot, we used half of the time. Hang on, we're supposed to read that. Industry is booming here, as always. Labor is cheap, demand is high. Discontent simmers among the workers, but one who proves valuable are promoted to oversight positions. The wheels turn, Brabazon persists. Okay, now explore. Behind the scenes, someone has daubed graffiti on the walls of a rumbling factory, one day at a time. The message encouraged workers to keep their chins up or a complaint about Brabazon's unfettered abuse of time. Okay. We don't have any supplies, so we rejoin the tour. Someone has marked every corner with chalk. Arrows point towards the tour route. Here and there, markings have been covered over with soot, but it's easy enough to get back. Whoever the marker was, they were anxious not to get stuck here. Alright. Okay, sneak away from the group again. Oh, we're running out of time. Can we explore again? Does that get us anything new? Weary workers struggle to their first shift, grey as ghosts in the smog. They struggle under the heavy tool bags, the heavier debts. The debtors' court does not give good rates of exchange of sovereign owned to years worked. Oh, that's terrible. Alright, explore the true Brabazon again. Dismal, smoke-choked alleyways, sooty tenements with tiny windows. Occasionally there is laughter from within them. There are almost laughter even in the grimmest of places, but it's very infrequent here and it dies quickly. Return to locomotive in a hurry. Out of time. Uh-oh. Oh well. Let's try to converse with an overseer. Let's see what happens. The overseer shoves an empty cart towards the Brabazon end of the bit between. It looks to a stop beside two other ladies who hold on to the work world. No one wishes to spend any time proximate to the work world in what they're not obliged to do. So we've gotten two guys out of that. That's not very useful. Gonna need a permit, some hours. Or starshine, which I guess is like a contraband? Right. Well, we're not going to be able to do anything here now because we run out of things. And I guess I sneaked away from the church early? Or something? Oh. What? I guess we can recruit a Clyde conductor? Why not? A bulking clay man in a heavy coat stands on the platform. The clay men were an underclass in old London. Very few of them came to the skies. This one holds an urn to his chest. You're a captain. You can perform funeral rites, he says, nodding to the urn in his arms. Then I want to travel. He pauses for a long moment, and then as if feeling something more might be expected. I could help out on your engine. Sure. Why not? You ask the conductor where he would like to hold the ceremony. He looks about confused, as though he hadn't expected the question. At last he comes to a conclusion. Here will do, indicating a crowded thoroughfare. You and a few more respectable of your crew gather for a brief funeral. Everyone has at least something in black. You're offered the expected phrasing before pausing for the eulogy. The clay conductor shakes his head. You do it, he grunts. Say a few words. You render up a bounty of platitude and benign wishes to the beyond and maudlin remembrances of departed friends. The conductor frowns stonily, realizing he should give you at least something to work with. He could sing, he manages. You work a line about a man of clay with the voice of an angel into eulogy. The conductor seems satisfied. Where's your engine? I'm ready to assume my duties. The conductor picks up the urn and heads off in the direction you point. Oh, well. That was unexpected recruitment, but sure. Well, we're a little bit messed up, aren't we? Because we have not found the main port. We're out of supplies. And they don't even sell fucking supplies. This is so shit. This is so incredibly shit. But at this point, I am going to leave you to it. I'm going to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to explore this last little bit before I'll just explore this sort of bit, and hopefully we won't starve in the meantime and we'll find a port. I don't know. I am just hoping. I can't even look at a map because there is no map because it's procedurally generated. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you'll come back for more. But most of all, as always, I hope you have a lovely, lovely day. Mwah!